afternoon, everyone. My name is Suyogya, and I'm part of Team 4. So basically, we'll be discussing about a case study based on Power Star Games, Bloodbath Revenge 4. So basically, in this case study, we basically designed a game called Bloodbath Revenge 4, but because of certain issues, the game was not completed on time and was not made as desired by the client. So in this particular presentation, we will be basically identifying the problems and outlining the negative effects with respect to the game. Number two, we have we will be discussing about the plan that we have made in order to solve and improve the issues with respect to the game. Later on, we'll be examining we'll be examining the solutions and what methods, what agile values we have followed in this particular game. And similarly, we will be also highlighting the risks that were taken while discussing our approach, or while doing our approach, while taking our approach, right? So now I'll be telling what exactly the problems and the negative effects that were existing in the particular game. Number one, with respect to current problems, the game was too violent, and the story for the game was really not clear. It was not understandable, and last but not the least, the characters of the game were not unlikable. That is, the users could not relate to what was happening in the game, right? And moving on to the negative effects for these particular problems. So, aggressive behavior among children. That is the number one effect, because the game is too violent. That will definitely, lead to aggressive behavior among children. Number two, it may also make children numb because of the violence. They'll get numb. Number three, children may imitate the violence, which is again not a good sign. Number four, the game might not be relatable because of its substandard story, which has already been discussed or mentioned by the users who already played the game. Last but not the least, the users started to lose interest in the game because of the lack of unlikable characters. So that's pretty much about the current problems and negative effects of the current game. Now I'm going to hand it over to Vivek, who's going to discuss the further aspects. Thank you.
Hi, it's Vivek. For the further issue, we're speaking about the improving issues and making changes towards the game. So to make it more likable, we are creating a main character by giving realistic motives, and giving both a strength and weakness, where each player can own their own weakness and own strength. So, and the second part is we can give each character a unique special ability, where each ability has only one special characteristic for every individuals. So also there will be according to our plan. So this game will have less abusive and swearing words on the storyline, where each character expects. So every character expects less swearing words, and there will be less violence towards the other parties on the games. So we are going through a major story with a flowchart as well, and create a diverse character cast. And our first option is to build a prototype before completing the full game. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivek. Now we will be discussing on agile methodology and principles used. So there will be 4 principles. One is individual interactions over processes and tools. In this, we will be having solo discussion with our designers and also client, and then we will discuss on process and tools we need to implement in this game. Second one is working on software over comprehensive documentation. Our past game and the documentation was a lot of detailed, and as we are redesigning the scope, we need to discuss and work on the software and what needs to be included. So we'll have a strategy in place. Another is customer collaboration or contract negotiation. As we are redesigning the game. We want to ensure that we should have a customer collaboration. So we are planning to have a global customer feedback from all over the places from the world where we are planning to deploy this game. And if from necessary feedback, we'll do a data analysis and we'll do iterations, and then fourth principle will come into picture, that is responding to a change of plan. Now I'll tell how we'll be doing this technology and action plan for agile methodology. So we will, in sprint 1 we will review, we'll test, build, design and plan. In review, we'll review whatever we have built, will be testing, and then again redesigning it and launching it. When launching it, we'll discuss with a customer survey, for example 50 customers from different all over the globes and client. If we get a satisfactory feedback, then we will use that or we will change it. So what little modifications that will happen in sprint 2, and final modification that is in quarter 3, that will be in sprint 3. Now I'll be telling about 12 months action plan. Our 12 months action plan comes with a reframing problem, as we'll be framing problem, and then next stage in quarter 3 we'll be prototyping about the solution. In quarter 4, that is in between November December, we will be doing iteration and redesigning for the game. And in quarter 1 we'll be doing usability analysis, usability testing and market analysis. Here we'll get to know whether our game is actually working or not, and our market analysis will be based on risk identification, which we'll be identifying during this whole project. And final documentation will be in quarter 2 2021, which will be comprised of compliance, documentation and regulatory requirements. We want to ensure that we meet all the necessary regulatory requirements. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Suved, and I will be speaking for the 12-month action plan using agile technology. Firstly, we have the engaging in effective communication among the 8 developers and animators. Divide work between developer, designer, and animators. On-process work should be made available to the clients, for example, visuals, graphics, etc. Testing and modifying should be made available before delivering the finished product. Deliver client earlier so that we can incorporate constructive feedback. Kanban boards or teams should be responsible for reducing the time it takes from start to finish. Follow sprint planning, that is to what to be developed, what to be delivered in the sprint, and how that work is to be achieved. Thank you.
And I will show the risk management. The first risk is questions about the game engine. What if the game engine can't support all the graphs and the animations? In other words, there may be the bugs in the code that affects the game's fluency. In this risk, if you want to all the artwork and the final version of the game is done before the testing the game, you may find yourself facing a very bad problem, because you have to have the artist recreative everything so that the game's art doesn't affect the flow of the game. So it should prototype the game as early as possible. This prototype shows all things of the objects and images on the screen at each moment of the game. The goal of the prototype was to see if the game engine could handle it properly. It's great if you can, but if you can't, it's better to make changes right how then when the game is finished 20 months from now. The third one is game is not fun enough, not active enough. What if the player doesn't find the gameplay is as interesting as we expect? This is an important risk because it can lead to the game's fail. But the solution to this risk is simple. Let the programmer design a simple version of the game for you. So it can be done in the 2 weeks or 3 weeks, so we can experience the mechanics for the game. It can use the simple version to find problem in the mechanics of the game, so it has a chance to fix them and make the game for more information. The third one is a financial risk. we only can reduce the cost and ask for more budget. The third one is marketing risk. If there is not enough purchase in the first wave, we can ask some actors to play our game during the live, so it can make a lot of people to buy our game. That's all. Thank you.